Welcome in to the new members and to the old members that have found their way back to the community. I need you just as much as you need me. In this evening's live, we have a lot of topics to talk about here, including some developments that have just happened just prior to before I went on the live. JW, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. David Nikita, welcome in. Yes, Julie is amazing. She's actually doing the feeding for our son right now as I had to come on and do the live. That's why I was a couple minutes late, but she's almost through that, so she gave me the okay to start this. So Mark Caston, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor. Mario Louise Willamese, welcome in, and I appreciate you continuing to tune in, and I love that name. So with what we're seeing right now, XRP, as you've seen in the title, an indicator did flash that doesn't flash very often. So that's a bullish outlook if that ends up playing true through that indicator. But we've got a recent development here out of California. And Brad Garlinghouse, you know, we'll end up dealing with this last step. But the Ripple secured. So basically, there's a little battle that's been going on in California. We've talked about it. But the California judge sends Ripple Securities lawsuit to trial, and this just came out from what I seen. Like, the couple different things started coming out, and this was about an hour ago. So I was speculative if I wanted to talk about it or not. So I changed my title at the end to include that, because I think it's at least worth us talking about. Everybody who's a fan of XRP, anybody who owns XRP who has interest in Ripple. So Peyton Shoemaker, welcome, or what did that say? Peyton, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XP Meteor. I greatly appreciate that. Greatly appreciate that. We've also got a few other things to go over, and we got a reading to do tonight, so we're going to strap ourselves in and get some real reading done. We're going to do some really in-depth technical analysis. I'd also like to take a look at Casper, as it's down at near its all-time lows, and it's just getting beaten up. And the daily and weekly is just becoming into an oversold range to where you have to take notice. We have to take notice. So obviously we'll go over this news that the California judge sends Ripple Securities lawsuit to trial. And this is separate from what's going on in New York. That's at a state level. We'll go over this now, how not to succumb to fear-induced selling. And then we'll talk about a list of catalysts. And then we'll talk about how XRP set up for a monumental rally. And then one analyst pointed to an extremely rare signal. So I like to call it I think I call it flashes a rare signal. But this is something that doesn't flash very often. So I think it's interesting to attack this from many different layers this evening, as there is a lot going on. XRP got rejected. It couldn't get past the 50.5 cents, which is why we came all the way back down. And we'll talk about what comes next. But it's definitely not going to be a quick journey. But it's going to be a very worthwhile journey if you make it until we end up getting to where we need to get to. So please make sure to hit that like button so that YouTube recommends this live. I would be greatly appreciative if you could hit that like button so more and more people can find their way into this beautiful community. I think we have a lot to offer here. And I think we have a lot that we can, share with others that might not have seen the word or might be sick of just seeing the FUD and fear. Roach, welcome in. Jorge, good evening. Tom R, good evening. Thank you for tuning in, friend. So, with that being said, good evening. 6:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, June 20th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So right now, XRP is down 1.01%. I wonder how much negativity came out of the fact of what's going on in California. It makes me wonder if this recent downturn in the last couple hours is because of some of that news coming out and us being able to hear it now. So has anybody else heard about what's going on with Ripple in California? Most of it got thrown out, but one count was forced to go to trial. Great time to go short on Bitcoin. We'll take a look at Bitcoin during this live. But I was just curious if anybody knew about what was going on in California. Jeffrey says he signed up to HOTCOIN. Awesome. That's what I like to hear. We'll be talking about that as well, for the copy trading side of it. And we're just starting. I'm not saying that you only have to do $100. I have $500 in that account right now, but I'm only doing $100 because I want to start that from $100 as a community, and then over time I want to see where we can build it. And if we were to get liquidated, well, I got 5 rounds to try to make this right. But I don't expect that to happen, but you never know with market instabilities. But we'll go over that as we go through this. And if you're interested in signing up and joining our copy trade, or just trading XRP without a VPN, and you want more options with tokens, and I know BITUNIX I love, everybody, a lot of people like it. It's just we're limited on tokens. It doesn't have the XRP Bitcoin pairing. And MEXC is going away on June 30th. If you don't do a KYC, you'll only be able to withdraw newly acquired things that are either sent to you or you've earned for one reason or another. But you won't be able to buy, sell, deposit, or do any of that stuff. You'll just be able to withdraw whatever assets left there. So I had to find a new way, and I've been doing my due diligence, and it actually, somebody sent me an email about a month ago about HOTCOIN, and it actually saved my freaking ass right now. And it's funny that it happened just 10 days before that deadline. But I shifted all my XRP Bitcoin pair from there over. But I'm looking deeper now. The XRP Bitcoin pairing is only down 1%. But there's a real opportunity setting up here with Casper. And we'll get into that in a little bit. And it's really making me think maybe I should take this. I've only got about $150, $175, maybe close to $200 in profit. But it's making me think that I should take this and at least, you know, aside from a couple thousand, I don't know, something's lining up here. But we'll talk about XRP as well here. We have to talk about XRP. We've got 48 people here. We're being pretty suppressed in this live, which is unfortunate, but it doesn't mean we can't still have a go at it. It's just sometimes when I go live, it happens. It is what it is. UK Phil, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor. I greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that. Trading with J-Ride, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon badge. And I know you're going to be one that's getting closer and closer to the 3-year badge. The emoji badge, or the, what is it called? The XRP Diamond Hands badge. I can't wait. I can't wait to see some of you with that badge. It's going to mean a lot to me to see that one. Hold on, I'm just trying to share something. But I think with XRP, yes, we're in this short range. We were unable to get over that 50.5 cents today. It looks a little more bearish today than not. But we're still set up in a nice bull flag here, in my opinion. And unless this were to break down in a unorthodox fashion, I think this is just still part of the weekly consolidation. We're in that weekly doji candle right now. And this is a reversal candle. Unless we were to break all the way back down and fall below 47 cents and then start pulling down, this is every bit of a setup that XRP is trying to signal some kind of reversal here. Some kind of reversal here is trying to be signaled. So we need to at least pay attention to this. And yeah, there could be a hindrance on here. There could be a hindrance with some just because of what's going on in California. And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if some people might take a step back just because of that news that's starting to, you know, we're starting to hear a little bit more about. But on a wholesale, or on a whole scale, I'm very happy with what I see with XRP right now. We're doing the basic consolidation. XRP is doing exactly what it needs to do throughout this consolidation. It's just there's a lot of things that are happening in the background, and we have a lot of catalyst that's going on. We have a lot of catalyst that is coming, or that is actually working in our favor right now, let's just say, for XRP. So some of the stuff that is talked about, it's not necessarily, you shouldn't put so much stock into it like the news media would like us to believe, or like some other outlets would like us to I don't know, it's becoming a real dog and pony show here, what's going on as of late. But what's going on with California, and it's why I put what I did at the end of my my title. And today, with the way we went down, I don't expect a big audience here this evening. I don't. Because there's some things that are going on, and I expect a lot of people to shy away from what's going on. But we're going to end up getting ahead this evening. And when we talk about Casper as well later, I think we're going to have a serious discussion about what's going on. Bob Bertner, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor. Jeffrey, a little confused on the copy trade. Well, if you signed up with the link, you have to go through the futures area, go to the copy trade, and then you have to search XRP Future MIL and just add me. And then it'll at least link you up to me if you signed up through my link. You can follow me. And then you'll just have to do a couple things. Like when it says your stop loss percentage, if you put it to 100%, it'll follow mine fully. But then you have to be at risk. You know, you could get liquidated, but that stop loss percentage is your fail safe in case it goes down too much and you want it to auto sale. And then the take profit is a level that you want it to take profit at that percentage. I would just suggest if you're trying to do our trades fully, put it to 1,000%. And then it shouldn't get in the way with anything we do. Unless, you know, we have a phenomenal trade. But anyhow, that was a couple questions that I've been getting throughout the day. So I was trying to answer it during the live. Yes, Trading with J Ride, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for the $10 donation, and thank you for being part of Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon Badge. Yes, we will Trading with J Ride. We will absolutely talk about it. It's something that's deeply on my agenda today. You link through the link just on. Yeah, you need to now. You just need to follow through the copy trading with what I was just saying. That'll help you link up fully. So, but I haven't made any trades. I'm not doing that yet. I'm trying to make sure everybody's situated. But if I find something that I can't pass up, you know, and my mind is looking at Casper right now. It's just, there's a reason why. And we'll get into that in a sec. But what's going on in California for anybody who's tuning in, and I'm glad to see 71 people have found their way in here now. I noticed it takes a minute, just, you know, we get the word out. So hit that like button so it's recommended and it ends up breaking through the analytics. So, hey Tom, this is Jeff. I'm the one who wants to talk to you about HOTCOIN. Where can I send my contact info? I mean, I'll do my best to get to you. I always tell everybody to send me it to my email. Send me it to my email. It's strutrugali@gmail.com. That's strutrugali@gmail.com. That would be the best spot to send me a personal email, just so that you don't have to share your details in front of everybody. But yeah, try to ask me questions here too, so that I can try to help as well. Because I do get a little bit busy with my son's new regimen now with his feedings with his G-tube and stuff, and having a type 1 diabetic, so it gets a little tedious sometimes, but I do my best. I do my best to get back. Mule, welcome in. Glad to see you in the house. My mind is telling me yes, my body is. So let's read this. So for anybody who doesn't know, Ripple was brought up on securities charges in the state of California. I believe there was 4 or 5 in total. Or 4 total of the class action variety, but then there was 1 at the state level as well. So we'll get into this, and 1 had to go to trial. So California judge breaks with New York counterpart. Peyton says, I need some help. Can you type in your email? Well, I mean, let's see. I don't know what you need help on. You're more than welcome to ask right now if you would like. But I'll put my email here just so at least you can send me an email. So that's my email. Yeah, with HOTCOIN, okay. I figured that's what it was about. But what exactly, Peyton? Does it have to do with the exchange itself? Does it have to... Well, you can send me a message if you want. And then if I have to, we can talk about it deeper on a live as well. So we can talk, you know, face to face. But California judge breaks with New York counterpart. Sends Ripple Securities lawsuit to trial. So U.S. District Court Judge Phyllis Hamilton dismissed all 4 of the class action claims against Ripple, but will allow one state law claim to proceed to trial. So has anybody else heard about this? I've only seen a couple different mentions of this today. And the most recent one is what I'm going with right now. So a civil lawsuit on a securities claim against Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse will proceed to trial in California. A judge dismissed several other claims made in the lawsuit. So a California judge has ruled that a civil securities lawsuit against Ripple will proceed to trial, denying in part the crypto firm's motion for summary judgment in a suit alleging that Ripple CEO violated state securities laws in 2017. You don't hear much about this in the mainstream. I talked about it a little bit when it first came to light, but there's really not a lot to talk about with it. Well, now there's a little bit. But this has more of an indictment on Brad Garlinghouse than anything else right now, seeing that the larger ones were thrown out today. So the ones that were thrown out, we had, how did they word this? They threw out 4 class action lawsuits against Ripple. So, a California judge has ruled that a civil securities lawsuit against Ripple will proceed to trial, denying in part the crypto firm's motion for summary judgment in a suit alleging that Ripple CEO violated state securities laws in 2017. A jury will hear arguments on whether Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse made misleading statements in connection with the sale of securities in a 2017 televised interview. The other 4 claims in this class action securities lawsuit, the so-called failure to register claims, were tossed out on Thursday by Judge Phyllis Hamilton of the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California. We are pleased that the California court dismissed all class action claims. The one individual state law claim that survived will be dealt with at trial, said Ripple Chief Legal Officer Stu Elderody in an email statement. The plaintiff alleged that Garlinghouse violated California security laws by professing to be very, very long while simultaneously selling XRP, or millions of XRP, on various cryptocurrency exchanges through 2017. According to court documents, Ripple's lawyers argued that the claim should be tossed because XRP doesn't meet the definitions of a security under the Howey test and thus cannot give rise to claim for misleading statements in connection with the security. In her Thursday ruling, Hamilton said that Ripple's lawyers urged her to follow the reasoning of U.S. District Court Judge Annalisa Perez, who is in a parallel case in the Southern District of New York, ruled that XRP did not meet all the prongs of the Howey test when sold directly to retail participants on crypto exchanges. Oh, gotcha, Jeff. I'll definitely look into that. We just got just a few of those have really lost the let's just say the trustfulness of us, especially BitGet, just because of how dirty they did us in the USA. Mexi's doing the same thing as well. That's why we're trying to find other options. But I'd like to know that as I'll definitely read into it. That's definitely good information. Torres, let's see. Lonzo, I know this is pretty interesting, isn't it? Jorge says, first time hearing about this. Rockin' XRP Painter, welcome and thanks for being in Town Zone for over 6 months with the XRP Predictor. So Torres rules constituted a partial victory for Ripple and was celebrated by many in the crypto industry as a step in the right direction for long-awaited regulatory clarity, as well as a potential precedent for other crypto securities cases. But Therese ruling hasn't seemed to have as much a sway as hopefuls once thought it might. Last year, Therese colleague in the Southern District of New York, District Judge Jed Rakoff, rejected her ruling in a separate case brought by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) against Singaporean crypto firm Terraform Labs. Hamilton, in her Thursday's ruling, also broke with Therese legal opinion that XRP sold to programmatic, meaning non-institutional traders, was not a security because those traders had no expectation of profits due to the efforts of others. One of the 4 prongs of the Howey test. The court declines to find as a matter of law that a reasonable investor would have derived any expectation of profit from general cryptocurrency market trends, as opposed to Ripple's efforts to facilitate XRP's use in cross-border payments. Among other things, Hamilton wrote accordingly, the court cannot find as a matter of law that Ripple's conduct would not have led a reasonable investor to have an expectation of profit due to the efforts of others. In his statement, Alderodi added that Torres' ruling in the SC case still stands. Nothing here disturbs that decision, Alderodi wrote. So that's just kind of just beating a dead horse while it's down. That's something that's happening in New York or California right now, and unfortunately, they're gonna have to continue the trial on one of these on one thing that was brought here. At least four of the class action claims were dismissed, but there's one that has to go to on the securities front for on the state front that has to go to trial here now. So that's just another thing that's going on with Ripple. You don't really hear about what's going on in California because the main precedent's in New York. Tanya, welcome in, love, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. And we'll get into some technical analysis here shortly, even more. We'll talk about H-Bar. We have to talk about Casper still because it's massively oversold in the daily. Weekly's in the oversold. Some of the smaller time frames are starting to catch up. And if it has a bearish, like if it starts to fall down even farther here down, and we'll go over it, but there's a lot that's lining up for Casper right now. Not to mention it rolled back into all-time low territories. So let's go over a few catalysts too, because I know a lot of people are losing a lot of faith here with XRP and with Ripple, and it's starting to come out in different communities. Different holders are starting to say how Ripple now isn't going to allow XRP to get back to all-time highs with that 380 mark because we are exit liquidity. We're more than exit liquidity, but you know that's one of the interpretations that are being thrown around, and it's just another black eye. That's, you know, you gotta avoid the fear when you're looking at something when it's in its downturn in the accumulation phase. So, but we'll see what's going to happen here. So XRP price, don't succumb to fear-induced selling. Here's a list of catalysts. So I think it's always good to learn to keep the catalysts in, you know, in close proximity. So analyst Levi took to his latest video and brought some positive news for XRP holders, addressing the concerns swirling around XRP. He pointed out developments on the horizon that many overlook amidst the market's current state. Discussing XRP's performance over the past year, he brought to the attention its stability around the 50-cent mark, likening it almost to a stablecoin despite market volatility. Acknowledging the impact of the SEC ruling, which initially doubled XRP's value, he observed that the price has since retraced to levels seen a year ago, prompting questions about its future direction. Despite the uncertainty, he was positive, pointing out the current opportunity to accumulate XRP below 50 cents, a message true to my heart. He explained the ongoing accumulation by major hedge funds and widespread market liquidations, suggesting these ends. Institutions are strategically managing price movements to prevent excessive volatility. This, he explained, creates potential buying opportunity during dips caused by future contract liquidations. The analyst introduced a crucial tool for making informed decisions in cryptocurrency investing despite market fluctuations, the Fear and Greed Index. This simple yet powerful indicator guides investors based on market sentiment. In times of fear or extreme fear, it suggests accumulating assets, while during periods of greed or extreme greed, it advises caution or selling gradually, not all at once. Next, he spoke about the crypto buy signal. He explains its significance, especially when altcoins are below a specific threshold marked on the indicator. Currently, the signal indicates a favorable opportunity for purchasing a variety of cryptocurrencies, presenting potentially lucrative buying windows. Overall, he pointed out that XRP is in a unique position in the market, with several upcoming events that could push its price much higher. He advised viewers not to ignore these factors, especially with falling interest rates and ongoing economic uncertainties. So just a few things to keep in mind, short but sweet. So that we went through that. We'll talk about this signal here in a minute, but first I want to go over a couple things here and then we'll go back to that. Please make sure to hit that like button. Has only 49 of you have hit that like button out of 82. You can really help me push the content here in this community by hitting that like button so that YouTube recommends it. It is truly the only way I can push my content on here. It sucks to say that, but it's truly the truth. So I really appreciate everybody's I really appreciate everybody's commitment here. XRP, as we talked about, 50.5 cents is everything. Until we get over that mark, we're still in a consolidation, and we still will be, but that would help us push up here. Kyle Kupiak-Tom here getting fed up out of the New England waters. I don't know what you mean. The water? Well, welcome in Cape Cod, Kyle, and thank you for continuing in Tom's Army. I really, really appreciate it. But XRP right now, we're below a pivotal level. Weekly time frame still screams reversal. It really, really does. It really, really does. Says new moon phase starts tonight. No shot, we dump again. Ooh, that could be signaling an altcoin resurrection here if it plays out. But XRP, we know where we stand. We'll continue to monitor this as the live goes on. We've got the XRP Bitcoin pairing down 0.92%. Still has a phenomenal opportunity here. Looks like we could have put in a bottoming here, but we won't know for sure until this pattern, either breaks out or breaks down. But it definitely looks like we could have bottomed here. That's an inverted hammer candle there. So in time, this looks like it's going to break up, and it could be massive. A lot of people talking in the comments. I love seeing that. We're in a much wider formation overall, but we're in the expansion zone. So that's where we have our first chance of breaking up. And if we do, we're going to at some point retest, as we're severely oversold in the weekly, but started breaking down into more of a bullish position as we finally broke through that long-standing support line that we just couldn't push through to push bullish. And now it looks like we're starting to break into there. So it's something that I'm very interested with the XRP Bitcoin pairing. But let's get into Casper real quick. Let's get into Casper. Tom sounds like a weatherman. We'll continue to monitor. I know, Mules. I'm like the XRP weatherman. Right? So, it is what it is. XRP, welcome in. I'm glad to see you in here, friend. Glad to see you in here, friend. So yeah, with Casper, it's really got my attention. Down 4.29% today. Almost 5%. I think 5% now. It's got this little structure that's trying to form. Weekly time frames pushed oversold. Daily's in a pretty massive oversold predicament here. Every time Casper gets up, it usually doesn't get this high in the daily. FYI. We usually don't go that high in the daily in the oversold perspective. Something massive is lining up here. It has to be. I believe something massive is lining up here for Casper. And if we look at this for real, we've got that downtrending resistance that we obviously can see in front of us. But like, if we're looking at this, it's so hard to judge, like, for me personally. Like, I don't think that's necessarily the right way to look at this. We could look at this from a longer played out perspective. I think this is the way we should do it. And if we do this, we can see that we came back to the support structure. And I know some are using the other way that I was trying to show you just so you could see the example. But it really looks like we're coming through a support structure here. Like, we came down, and now this would be a massive rally. Like, let's just say the old adage plays true, right? Let's just go through it real quick. Buy support, sell resistance. Resistance, resistance. Buy support. Now what if it's support? Support, we don't know. Resell resistance. So you're looking to buy support. We are within, although we did bounce up some here. So this is where the in-between is. Right now, we're about 10% off of that bottom. Roughly. I would say it's fair to say we're about 10% off of this bottom. 13%. So we've already had a pretty nice pull up, and now it looks like it's trying to set up some kind of bull flag here. I'm taking this away just so we don't get confused. But it looks like we are trying to set up some kind of bull flag setup here. You know what? In this way, it's very easy to see how this is set up just from here in the shorter time, just like that. But then if you look at it from a longer perspective, I think we're starting to get into a very advantageous point here. Now that we are starting to bounce back a little bit. That looks pretty good, right in the tip of the V. All right, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So, and the relative strength index, and this is the, whether you're overbought, oversold, we're really oversold here. In the weekly time frame, we're oversold. The daily time frame, we're the highest I've seen in a long time. Obviously we pulled down a little bit, but we don't usually visit these levels for Casper. Like, I can't even find one time in the history where we're even usually this high. At least we were close one time all the way back in December or November of 22. But the last time this happened, I'm just being honest, the last time this happened, when the RSI was this oversold, when we did come down and double bottom, and look how we double bottom, maybe that's what we're going to work on here, we don't know. But the last time this happened, Casper rallied 140%. And we haven't come back down to retest the support structure since. And right now, with how far it's oversold, coming down here, and even if it came down again and hit it a second time here, I mean, it's magical. It's magical. You've got that beautiful wick pull up, and what we usually find to happen here is the double bottom ends up being, and in this case, it should be somewhere around the 205 mark. If it plays out like a lot of others do when we have this extreme pull back up, and then this wick becomes a bull flag, you end up pulling back down, and you double bottom on the wick pull up on the next candle over in the 4 hourly right there. So you pull up, right? So down, pull up, come back around, and then it'll create a W reversal and pull out, and then you'll see that plays out. It tried to do it almost as in a fake out here. So I would expect if it's going to hold, but you don't have any real pullback there in the 4 hourly. See, it's a lot different than what we see here. Here we had that nice consolidation initially, and now we bounced out. And now you can see a clear W if it wants to set up like that. We have the opportunity here if it wants to. We'll see if it does. So look at that 2052. And if you have any confidence in this, you give it a little bit of leeway. But I'm not suggesting a futures trade here at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying from a perspective of, is it time to accumulate if you haven't accumulated on Casper yet? It's becoming massively oversold in the daily. The 4 hourly starting to catch up in a beautiful way now, and that's what we're waiting for. 3 hourly's getting close as well. 2 hourly's pushing even closer. 1 hourly's pushed back into oversold, which is nice to see. 45 may have a reversal in it in the oversold, so we don't know how much longer there is in these points, is the point. And even where it's at now, it could technically, you could say that it was forming a double bottom if that's where it wanted to bounce off of. But I'm intrigued around the 205 level. That's where I'm intrigued because of how it looks in the 4 hourly, and that looks to be the satisfactory point if we're going to create some kind of W reversal off of the wick pull up here. So does that make sense to everybody on Casper? It's becoming extremely undervalued. And my RSI, this is not overbought. I have it inverted. Mine's different than everybody else's. Everybody else's on the top, it's overbought. Mine's oversold when it's like this. Because I like it like this when it looks like this. This is what I prefer. So you have to trade what you prefer. So hourly's oversold. 45 oversold. 30 minutes pushing back out and trying to possibly flip. 45 looked a little bullish. 30 minute looks a little bearish, if I'm being honest. That doesn't look more bullish. 15 minute, I could shift back because 15 broke bullish. 5 minutes pushing up the best of its ability. 3 minute and 1 minute, it's sold out pretty quick here. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be interesting to see if any of this plays out. But what I'm looking at right now is that retest. I really want to see. It may not happen, though, because that's a top-heavy candle here as well. But it's 45 minutes in. It was top-heavy, but it's always a dead giveaway with how it ends the candle. So right now it's at 2096. It's trying to break up a little bit. It would need to get up to, you know what? It's pretty damn close to trying to reverse here on the 45. Comment, have you tried Blowfin app for trading? I'm having trouble with HOTCOIN, but Blowfin. Actually, I've been looking at Blowfin. I'm dead serious. I've been looking at Blowfin. It's so funny you talk about that. I've been looking at it hardcore because some users, they're stating that they're having a little bit of an issue with HOTCOIN. But right now, it's the only way for USA users that we can even do the copy trading vendetta or venture. But I've had overwhelmingly good responses so far for the ones who have tried HOTCOIN. But Blowfin, absolutely, I've been researching that as well. That is one that I've actually been deeply researching. So once I get that straightened out and I'm more functional with it, I'll definitely let everybody know, because we need more options now that MEXC's out of the picture. So yeah, BITUNIX I like. We're just limited in opportunity. And what I mean by that is there's not a huge selection of tokens. It's very limited. So we have to find different ways. And now at least, yeah. So I've definitely looked at Blowfin. That's the other one that I've been looking at the same time. It's just, it takes me a long time before I feel comfortable talking about them. So I'm still in the process. But yes, I've definitely looked into that. And I'm glad somebody actually brought that up, because I was actually having a lot of fun on it. It's just that I'm so new to it that I haven't been able to talk to customer service like I do on them all and all that good stuff. But anyhow, with Casper, and Casper's on HOTCOIN as well. It's on there, so if you did sign up to that, you would have this on there. And this can also be one of our opportunities when it comes to a possible copy trade, because this is starting to set up in a way that I'm being very intrigued on. Very intrigued. But for everything we're intrigued on, we still need to see if it does come down to this point. And I'd like to see how it pushes out. But Blowfin seems good to me. Yeah, chill is. The only thing is I've got to see how it was. Yeah, MEXC, yeah, they are canceling the US. You'll only be able to withdraw assets. You won't be able to trade. So let's just say, for whatever reason, you accumulated funds. Somebody sent you something on your old address or whatever. You would still be able to withdraw, but you won't be able to switch it out. Let's say it's in USDT. You'd have to withdraw it in USDT. You know, so you're basically screwed in the USA. It kind of sucks. But yeah, I took mine off of MEXC, and I put it on from MEXC. And I put mine on HOTCOIN because it has everything I need on it. And it's got a bunch of deeper ecosystems. And I'm going to do the copy trading with the community through it. So yeah, I had to make a big change as well. But you know what? We can only stick with the exchanges that, you know, trust us. Well, they've already canceled the US, but they want you to do a KYC. It's not that they're canceling it. It's just that now if you don't do a KYC, you basically have no functionality. They already kind of screwed us over some time ago. So, but yeah. Hopefully it works out for you there. Hopefully it works out. So, Casper, and it's not, if you do the KYC and that's something you like to do, you don't have to worry. You're unaffected. But Casper right now, this is the opportunity I'm looking at. The double bottom could present itself in the 4-hourly fashion at 2052. And like I said, we're pushing into the oversold in the hourly, the 45, the smaller time frames. 4-hourly is getting close. 3-hourly, 2-hourly is right on the verge. Hourly's there. Daily time frames massively oversold. Had a bearish day today in the daily. We had an engulfing candle. And it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy where it's at right now, because in no way is this a astronomically good close here, because this could allow it to come down to that 205 mark that we're talking about. But I think an opportunity is in fact setting up, or has already set up, for Casper. It's just a matter of what your tolerance is. It's just a matter of what your tolerance is. Yeah, there is a lot of limitations in the USA, but that's why I find it imperative to talk about some of the ones that I'm finding success on, and that don't, you know, take an arm and a leg out of your out of fees when you're trying to trade. Marvin, welcome in, friend. Greatly appreciate you being here. Yeah, Senso. It's stupid how sports betting is. I can't even really watch sports at all. Michigan football is all I end up watching anymore. The rest of it just all sucks. The daily time frame for H-bar, we're breaking bullish as well. We talked about H-bar the other day when it was on the reversal, talking about the opportunity. And now it looks like this inverted hammer is happening right at this 805 mark. That is this area right here. It's so bullish if this happens and it can hold. That's a huge inverted hammer. And this candle's only got 45 minutes left. It can come all the way down to around 802. So it's absolutely in a bullish setup here for H-bar. and it's trying to back test the breakout point. We talked about it when it had the initial move up, that I find it highly unlikely that it wouldn't back test before a further move if it was going to. And now we've come down about 5.5% to back test. So that's what we have to watch out for there, Tanya. If you're still watching, this is the back test of our short-term breakout. And this is very similar to what Casper's doing. Look at this setup. And now look at Casper in a longer sense. Casper has found itself, it's just a wider pattern. But in a wider sense, it's found itself, I mean, I guess it depends how you look, but it's down at that support structure. But in a wider sense, Casper's found itself, you know, in a rotation like this as well. Man, I can't read that because the Casper thing was right on the name. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, Casper seems to me like there's an opportunity trying to be had here. I don't think I put that in the appropriate spot, though. I think it needs to come down more like... It's difficult because I don't want to have it on the wick. I kind of want to have it on the candle body. The body. Yeah, I think... It's so tough. It's so tough how to distinguish how to put this. But I do think it warrants, I think like that, because then you get the full flush of the W, where it had the breakout initially way back a couple years ago. And then the short term, this is just the short term volatility. That's all this is. Do we really need that? Not really. But it does show us where it can go on the way up. And then that support at 205 is in the 4-hour time frame where it can double bottom. Sam with the $19.99 donation. Wow. He says, my man, I appreciate the positivity. You are welcome, and thank you for that $19.99 donation. That's the first donation of the night, and I can't remember even talking about sending a YouTube super chat or anything like that. So, I mean, if you want to do like Sam, if you appreciate my time, or you think it's valuable, or you've gotten something out of this, you made some money, or whatever the case may be, and you want to pay it forward, you can send a YouTube super chat during my lives especially. You can do it during the videos as well. But most choose to do it during the live if they're going to do it. Or you can join Tom's Army and get that emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. I would love to see more of you in this audience in Tom's Army. I would love to see it. It's a special group we have. Special group. So that's with Casper. That's what I'm looking at. So pay attention to that in the immediate short term, because I am heavily considering something with Casper right now. XRP... We have to acknowledge the fact that we could not get over 505, and we're breaking back into the bearish side of things in the 4-hourly. So unlike Casper, this looks like possibly in the immediate short term, we could be dealing with more retracement, unless this is an inverted hammer and not a gravestone doji, but it's speculative at best. That looks like a gravestone. Okay, if you were trying to determine what XRP is, does that look like a gravestone doji to you? Or an inverted hammer in the daily? Just out of curiosity. If you had to judge this, and we went up to 5018 earlier, if you had to judge this, are you saying that's an inverted hammer or a gravestone doji? I like what I'm seeing. It's speculative at best at this point. I'm getting inverted hammer vibes, but I could also see why we could say gravestone as well. It might be my, you know, my positive side that's getting those vibes, because the 4-hourly broke bearish according to the RSI. We have to face those facts. That's an engulfing candle to the downside. That's bearish. But yeah, that's exact. Yep. Jeff, that's exactly why I'm getting vibes of inverted hammer. It's all because of that damn, you're right, it's the wick. Oh, if you're having trouble with the HOTCOIN link, okay, I know what the problem is for some of you. So the HOTCOIN link, I should have shared both. One's for the USA, and there's another one you have to use for overseas. Let's see. I completely forgot about that here. So here, I'm going to share both of them. I apologize. If you're having problems and you clicked on one of the links, try the other one, because there is one for the USA and there is one for overseas. I apologize that I didn't share both of them. And when I share it, it'll have a... Hold on just one sec. I have it up right now. What the... Except this keeps... I'm sure you guys can understand technology. Just give me 1 second. I apologize, everybody. And I apologize for not sharing both of them. I keep forgetting on HOTCOIN. There's one for the USA. And there you go. So the top one, this top, and I'll put it on, I'll pin these comments. So the top one is for USA users. And then if you're overseas, use the bottom one. I forgot that you have to separate it. So I apologize for that. Because there's a different app and there's a different way of using it. So I apologize for that. I know it took some of our time during this live. But that's how you do it in that regard. And a lot of people are asking about it because I'm doing the copy trading on there. I had trouble last night with the... Yeah, UK Phil. Yeah. Try to use the UK Phil. Try to use the one for overseas users. I must have shared the only for USA users. And I apologize, everybody. I greatly apologize for that. Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin's up 15 points. We're at 64,995. We are still on the outside of the pennant flag breakout. We're still trying to break out of this, what could be inverse right arm. Bitcoin right now, a little more bearish than bullish here today. It's trying to have a reversal, but that looks more, I don't know, we're looking a little bearish to end the day here. To start the day, we were looking a little bit better. We're looking very bearish at the end of the day. Bitcoin's under 65,000. This is going to be a bearish close of the day for Bitcoin. And it leads me to believe that XRP might break down a little bit. I don't know, man. Coupled with Bitcoin, this is that in-between moment. It's that in-between moment for XRP. The weekly time frame is telling a bigger story, but we definitely don't want to pull down much farther here, because we don't want to invalidate this structure. And on Sunday, we're going to want to stay as close to the squeeze position. So maybe Bitcoin does come down here, and this is where XRP starts to rotate. Now, we're very close in the weekly to invalidating that golden cross there that we had. So we need to do something here in the immediate short term. All signs are pointing to a massive move. So speaking of XRP and signs pointing to a bigger move, XRP set for monumental rally. Analyst points to extremely rare signal. So the latest chart analysis by crypto analyst Crypto Bill offers a compelling narrative for XRP's potential upward trajectory when against the total cryptocurrency market capitalization. The analyst emphasizes key technical indicators and historical patterns suggesting that XRP might be on the brink of a significant bullish phase. The XRP total chart primarily illustrates a descending trajectory that began forming from its early 2018 peak. And this is what we talk about, this descending structure that we've been in for over 80 months. This overarching downtrend is marked by successive lower highs that articulate a consistent descending trend line. Moreover, Crypto Bill highlights the bounce back line, a horizontal support line that has historically acted as a crucial reversal point for the XRP price action. The chart shows several instances where the price of XRP upon reaching this line has rebounded dramatically. The last instance of XRP interacting with the bounce back line was on December 28, 2020. Following this touch point, the price soared over 1,100%, climbing from 18 cents to $2 earlier on February 27, 2017. XRP escalated from just under 2 cents to $3.35 within 10 months, Currently, XRP is once again nearing the bounce back line. Given the historic outcomes following support from this level, the analyst predicts another significant rally may be on the horizon. The chart analysis further deepens with a nuanced look at the relative strength index RSI and the wave trend indicator WTKR-YPT, which are pivotal to understanding the market's momentum and potential reversals. The 14-day RSI is currently nearing 31, approaching the oversold territory, which historically signals a buying opportunity or a trend reversal. This is evident in the past markings on the chart, while similar relative strength index levels have coincided with the bounce back line and substantial upward price movements. The wave trend indicator used for spotting the start and end of cycles in the cryptocurrency price has shown several bullish signs. Bullish divergences have been a critical focus, occurring when the price of XRP makes new lows while the indicator does not follow suit, suggesting a decrease in downward momentum. Moreover, the recent crossover of the wave trend lines, red crossing over blue, is typically interpreted as a bullish entry signal, indicating potential upward price movement. So this indicator is flashing a buy or a bottom over here. It's not that Uphold's not a good place to hold it, but if you ever go to sell it, you're going to get bent over 7 ways to Sunday to get your money. I would store it on a cold wallet. I sent my stuff off of Uphold, aside from like Flare, where I get the airdrops monthly for. But I don't like selling on Uphold because the fees are ridiculous, and I got bent over, and you know, my innocence was taken from me in more ways than one when I made the money in 2021. And when I sold out for around $14,000, they ended up taking about $1,000. I was not prepared for that. And it was in a high times of volatility. I understand that, but I still was not prepared for it. Greetings, Tom, and everyone registered on HOTCOIN. Excellent! Hey, what is this as well? And thank you for signing up there on HOTCOIN. And I look forward to seeing you if you're joining us on the copy trading venture that'll start soon. If you are, go into the copy trading section and type in XRP Future MIL. But Chiliz, thank you so much for joining Tom's Army. It's been such a slow month for members of Tom's Army, and I so badly wanted to see somebody with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. And Chiliz, bless your heart, my friend. Chiliz, the newest member of Tom's Army, he has the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens in month 1. And yes, friends, that is my face superimposed on that emoji badge. And if you want to know how dedicated I am to XRP, outside of owning over 20,000 tokens, my hair I promised not to cut until it hit $1 last July. And folks, my hair's never been this long in 40 years. And I am looking more and more like a woman slash hippie slash just somebody who really doesn't care anymore very quickly. And I like it. And I may never cut my hair again. The longer it gets, there's something I can't explain that's going on through my body, but I feel like I'm connecting in a deeper way, and it's weird. So I can't explain it. Chiliz, thank you so much. Wow, for a $20 donation on top of joining Tom's Army. That is super generous. That is super generous. First super chat of your time on the YouTube super chat, and join Tom's Army. What a beautiful gesture. What a beautiful gesture. So the chart analysis further deepens with a nuanced look at the relative strength index. Let's read this one more time. The RSI and the wave trend indicator WTKR-YPT, which are pivotal to understanding the market's momentum and potential reversals. The 14-day RSI is currently near 31, approaching the oversold territory, which historically signals a buying opportunity or a trend reversal. Hey, trading with J-Rod, if you're still there, what are you thinking about that 2052 level for Casper? I can't get that out of my head because that could be a true bounce back. That could be a true bounce back or a true double bottom point there on the 4-hourly after the pullback up. Living riches, your hair is an extension of your nervous system. I have heard that before and read that before, and that could be exactly what's playing out here. Because something's changing here. I heard once you get to 3 years without cutting it, you experience a dramatic shift that one can't explain or understand until you hit that point. So 1 year down, 2 years to go. So the 14-day RSI is currently nearing 31, approaching the oversold territory, which historically signals a buying opportunity. Or a trend reversal. This is evident in the past markings on the chart. And how perfect is this that it coincides with the weekly doji, the reversal doji right now? It's almost like everything's pointing to it besides the negative deception that's being put out in the news and the negative connotation surrounding XRP. Because to me, it's so clear they don't want retail in. So damn clear. And I'm going to title that more in my titles about they don't want you in. This is why, yada yada. So the recent crossover of the wave trend lines, red crossing over blue, is typically interpreted as a bullish entry signal indicating potential upward price movement. So that's a lot of stuff there. In addition to the primary indicators, the analyst has anointed the chart with past price actions and highlighted. Sorry, I was looking at something and it seems to have. And highlighted areas and patterns such as bullish divergences. These annotations. Liz Taylor, thank you so much for re-upping in Tom's Army for 7 months with the XRP predictor. Says, love you, Julie, and children better not cut hair. I will not. I will not. Thank you so much, Liz. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate you re-upping for 7 months. What a lively audience we have here. What a lively audience. Jeff says it's just a Google search kind of. Yep, I understand that, Jeff. Jessica, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XP589 Moon Badge. Are you saying XRP won't hit $1 for 2 years? No, that's not what I'm saying. But I could hold out for all-time highs even if it hits $1. As a reason not to cut my hair, right? So that could take some time. But no, I don't think it's going to take 2 years for XRP to hit $1. But if it does, it's going to be a hell of a... be an interesting 2 years, won't it? But... So such both these annotations serve to emphasize significant trading zones and anticipated trend shifts based on historical data. The marked sections of the chart indicate that each time similar conditions were met, there followed a significant increase in the XRP price, reinforcing the bullish outlook presented in the current analysis. So, crypto bill analysis suggests that XRP currently positioned at a historically significant price level and supported by bullish indicator signals is poised for a potential breakout. This outlook is bolstered by the RSI nearing oversold conditions and the positive signals from the wave trend indicator. If the historical pattern repeats, the crypto asset could see a substantial rally, affirming the analyst's perspective. Looking at the XRP total chart, XRP has always risen significantly from the rebound line. Indicators are also calling the bulls, are also calling the bulls. XRP always moves alone like a maverick. XRP showtime begins. So this is what they're talking about. This is XRP against the total and is absolutely on that bounce back line. So, hey, we'll see how long they drag out this settlement issue. We'll see how long they drag it out. That's all we can do is watch and pay our due diligence. And then on the way out, everybody, real quick, I want to go over the XRP price prediction for June 20th, and then I'll leave you all to be. So, XRP, let's see where we're at right here. So, almost all of the top 10 coins are again trading in the red zone according to CoinMarketCap. XRP is the only exception from the rule, rising by 0.55% since yesterday, but it has given that back as we're just about where we at with XRP right now. 48.9 cents though, so we're still within that same zone. Despite today's slight rise, the price of XRP is coming back to the local support level of 49.2, and we're continuing it as we're bouncing off of the 48.5 zone. That's where we're heading down to right now. Areas soon. On the bigger time frame, neither buyers nor sellers are dominating as the rate is far from the main levels. In this regard, ongoing sideways trading in the zone of 48.5 to 50 cents is the more likely scenario until the end of the week. A similar picture can be seen on the weekly chart. The price of XRP is trading in the middle of the wide channel, between support at 43.09 cents and resistance at 57.14 cents. The low volume confirms that there are low chances of high volatility until the end of the month. XRP is trading at 49, and right now it's 48.8 cents right now at current time. So that's just a little bit of an outlook. But I want to release it, or I want to end this live. So I thank everybody for tuning in. I'll see everybody tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. You don't trust Tom Coffee? Joke, there's usually a setting called copy limit. Yep, there is. So on copy trading on a HOTCOIN, so there's going to be like a stop limit. So you'll put the percentage you're willing to lose. If you want to ride completely, you put it to 100%, and then it will just buy and sell anywhere in between, wherever I do. And then the take profit percentage, you can put it at 1,000% if you want, so that you can be in the trade for the entirety, or you can put it as your backstop. So, well, you have to put in the percentage. I think there's a button where you put in the maximum you're willing to put in, but I'm only doing $100. So if I put in $100 and you don't do anything, yeah, you got time, Hamza. I won't start without you, buddy, I promise. I'm giving everybody a chance. Giving everybody a chance who wants to be there. But if anybody's trading, don't hesitate to trade on there. Their futures is very, very cheap. Very, very cheap. And they give you a lot of rebates, as a matter of fact. A lot of rebates right now. That's actually something that's going on right now for futures trading. So take a look at that as well. Like there's a lot of rebates. We'll talk about more about that, but you know, I look forward to seeing everybody there. You have to go, okay, so if you click on my link, Peyton, all you have to do is go into the copy trading section, assuming you clicked on my link. It'll already have you linked to my account. All you have to do is go into copy trade and follow me, and you won't have to do any other steps. If you don't click the link, there's a few other steps. But if you don't, you go into copy trading and you type in XRP Future MIL if you can't find my account, and then you just hit follow. That's all you have to do, and then you set the parameters as you see fit for yourself. So, but I'm only starting with $100, so even if you have $10,000 in your future, it's only going to pull $100 if I do a $100 trade. So just be aware of that. I'm starting very low. Even though I could start with more, I want to start low, and I want to build it up together with everybody. No, I get that. I get that. 100%, my friend. Coffee and crypto. I get that 100%. Sorry, Tom, I'm at work. I think Casper has bottomed out. Thank you for the $5 donation, Trading with J-Ride. If it hasn't, it is very, very close. And like we said, that Tuesday, for me, I was trying to get some validation of that double bottom. And it's not that I don't think we have it. It's just, look how perfect it would be, J-Ride, if it came down to that 205 level again and it tapped it. Look how perfect of a double bottom, even if it came down slightly more for a Gartley W reversal. Look at this. The pull down, pull back up, and let's just say it does something like that. You could get that W reversal off of what looks like a bull flag here on the pull back up. We very well could be bottoming here. And yeah, it was down about 10 to 11% from where we're at now. We're 13%. But we're trying to find that bounce point opportunity. And if it does bounce off this W reversal, 4 hourly, if it comes down there, after this candle, it's going to be oversold. 3 hourly is going to be even more oversold than it is. And it should be into the oversold area. 2 hourly will push into oversold. 1 hour will stay. 45, still lackluster. So I got you, man. Just messing. Getting liquidated on day one would suck. It sure would. But like I said, I have $500 in my leverage trading account. That's all I put in there. And I'm only using $100. Casper is so due for a rally, it's not even funny. No, it's not. J-Rod, it's actually a little sickening to see how far they've dragged this down. I mean, just talk about. We're just not even talking about back beyond. Look at this. From June of 2023 is one thing. But look at from April of this year or May of this year. Casper's had, what is this, a better than 60% drop since May. So in the last month and a half, it's down 60%. There's going to be a wild bounce back here. But have a blessed evening, everybody. I got to help Julie. It's been a pleasure, an honor, and a privilege. And I can't wait to do this again tomorrow. Have a blessed evening.